Hey, Alan, how are you?
Good.
I'm wondering, given the light of all the things that are happening in the WNBA and in the NBA and the game postponements, what your general thoughts are about that and what kind of conversations you've been having with your teammates about it.
That's really what I want to talk about today. Uh, I don't really care for, um, well, I do care that I am committed. I love it. But that's not what I really want to speak about today. It's hard for most people to say, but I want to use my platform voice to speak about what's going on in today's world because, it's not right, Um, and I feel like we're all one, but like um, can't put somebody else's life in front of someone else's. Uh, with the whole Jacob Blake situation, um, it was very unfortunate, and you got to look at it. You see this white boy who has his guns out and stuff, and then you see Jacob Blake who was unarmed, and to see him get shot several times uh, was very, very disturbing for the people of my color, and should be disturbing for everybody uh, because we're all human. We're all human, and at the end of the day, you only get one life, and to go out sometimes thinking uh, as a black person, uh, you never know when it'll be your last day. If you get pulled over or if you get into a situation uh, that's you don't know, like you don't know what's going to happen because you don't know how that person woke up. You know, Motor woke up on the wrong side of the bed, like LeBron James said. You don't ever know how they're feeling that day. They got in an argument with their child or their wife or spouse, whoever. Uh, you don't know how they're feeling that day. So maybe, yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about for today.
And if you could just address in the follow-up, have you guys had conversations as a team about these situations?
Yes, we've had conversations. Uh, you know, what more can we do? We protest. There's some rioting, which is unfortunate, but what more can we do? That we've gone about it nice ways, protesting, and how many more families do we need to see step up on podiums, talk about um, the life they've lost and their family, and it's just very disturbing to see, and it needs to come to a stop. You know, uh, Speaking about it several times uh, seems like it's not enough. So we need change. We need actions to go about it.
Matthew Gutierrez.
Hey, Alan, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. No, thank you for addressing that so well. Wanted to just touch on voter registration. I understand everyone on the team who's eligible is able to vote now. Could you speak to that and the discussions around voter registration or anything else you want to highlight?
Everybody needs to vote. Uh, Everyone needs to vote. Register to vote. Uh, register to vote. Everyone needs to vote. So,
Okay, Mario Sacco.
Thanks, Alan, for doing this. Pleasure to meet you. I don't know if you saw today in some of the other teams, the Ravens being one of them, the Colts today, Zaire Franklin saying, laying out a plan of what they want to do this season and use for. Will that be talked about with you guys and laying out a plan of how you want to use your platform to better what's going on in society right now?
I haven't heard much about what you just brought up, so I can't really say much about that. But uh, for the platform, I feel like everyone needs to use their platform to speak up, so we can see change.
how do you want to see it through your team, through your new team? What do you guys want to see, or will you talk about that as a team if that discussion hasn't already happened with Coach Boeheim and the others?
We've talked about it, and we all want to see change. And we all want to use our platform so we can see change. We've talked about ways we can impact and make change.
Okay, Eric, Columbia.
Yeah, during this time where things are changing throughout all of American landscape, you as an athlete, have you felt like your voice is being heard more than maybe in the past? And have you had any instances in your past where you felt like maybe you weren't able to speak up, and has that changed now for you?
It's definitely changed. Like, as athletes, college athletes, we've had this conversation for a long time on how we're treated, and like right now, we feel like our voices are being heard a lot more because of what's going on in the world. We're just being heard more.
Nico.
Alan, thanks for the time. We really appreciate this. We got, similar questions, but, joining this team over the last few months when, the call for social justice is really hit a new level, a level needed, of course, as well. How has it even helped brought you closer together with your new teammates, that you have this common goal that goes beyond basketball? And how does that, I'm sure you knew some of the guys before you joined the team, but how does, fighting for this common goal help bring you together?
You rephrase that question.
Yeah, no. Obviously, joining a new team, certainly, you probably knew some of the guys before you joined it, but now that you've joined Syracuse in the last few months, all of you fighting for this common goal that goes well beyond basketball, how has that brought you closer together?
We're ready. It makes us stronger as a unit to come up as a family. We're a family, so it definitely brought us closer to be able to talk about what's going on in the world and see it from different point of views. I talked to my academic advisor, Katie, and we actually got into deep convo about what's going on in the world and where she sees things from a point of view. So it definitely brought us closer.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're interested in asking a question, you can raise your hand, and I'll continue to call on those who. So, next up is Danny Emmerman.
Hey, Alan. Like Matthew said earlier, thank you so much for addressing what's going on so eloquently. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it. My question is, there has been a lot of high-profile racist incidents at Syracuse in the past few years. Obviously, you're new here. So I guess my question is, how have you seen systemic racism, in your life, if at all?
In my life growing up, I haven't seen it that much because of the way I've grown up. But as I've gotten older and seen it all over social media, I can definitely see, and just growing up and learning, about my culture and stuff, just and seeing it over social media, it is just disturbing. Like it's just disturbing. I can't really just growing up and learn about it. It's just disturbing, to see it continue for 400 plus years. It is really disturbing.
And in your discussions with your teammates or personally, have you learned about or talked about the events at Syracuse, with Not Again SU or with Theta Tau?
No, I haven't learned about anything about the racism here at Syracuse.
Okay, Rich Donnelly.
Hi, Alan. I'm curious. You're on a team of predominantly young black men coached by a coach who's 50 years older than you guys and white. How well has Coach Boeheim been able to relate to some of the movements and issues that are very important to you?
Very well. He's well spoken about it. Just because he's white doesn't mean he doesn't know what's going on in the world. That shouldn't affect how you think about this situation, about racism. It shouldn't matter at all what your skin color is.
And as a follow-up, you've often in this conversation mentioned how you want to use your platform. At what point did you truly find your voice and determine that speaking on this matter was very important to you?
I've always wanted to speak up about it, but by seeing like idols like LeBron James speaking about it, make me even want to speak up more and say something. Actually, say something in the interview. Just following the role model.
I hope I pronounced this name right. Is it Tala Rao?
Yep, that's me. Hey, Alan.
Great.
Nice to thank you for coming and joining us. My question is simply: do you think any sports should be happening right now? We saw the NBA cancel their games, but now they're going to resume back on, I believe, Saturday or Sunday. I might be getting that wrong, but one of those days. Do you believe any major sports should be going on right now amidst all the everything we're talking about today?
Honestly, from my point of view, from seeing what Kyrie Irving said about this whole situation before it even happened, he didn't even want to go down to the bubble. He thought everybody should stay home, or even make. He talked about making their own league because of how the NBA is predominantly black people, and he talked about that way back in June, or way earlier. I forgot when, but he spoke about it before they even went to the bubble, and a lot of people turned their heads on him, and I feel like he needs an apology because he was right. Personally, I don't think players should continue, but if they want to continue, they can. It's up to them, the Players Association, on what they want to do. If they want to play. If they said to play. But personally, right now, as we speak, we don't need to have any major sports go on until we get the situation resolved.
Thank you.
We have time for a couple more. So Matt Houseworth.
Hi, Alan. Appreciate you doing this. I just wanted to ask you point blank, have you yourself had any sort of incident with a police officer in your past, or maybe somebody something you'd like to tell us about that, has struck a chord with you in the past?
I haven't been in any situation with a police officer or anything like that, but I've seen so many situations over social media, and it's just sickening. Even though I'm not part of the situation, it still hits my heart a different way. As all like people, as it should for all people. It shouldn't not bother you. It should bother you that we're seeing this going on in today's world.
A quick follow-up, with everything going on right now, will you kind of change the way you approach, if you ever are to be pulled over by a police officer, or just, because of everything going on, change the way you approach a police officer?
for me personally, I've always complied. I've always done what they told me to do. It is scary though. It is a little frightening when you get pulled over by a police officer because you don't know what they're going to do. Like I said earlier, you don't know what side that they woke up on. You don't know how they're feeling that day, so you just gotta stay calm the best you can, and just stay calm, really.
Matthew Gutierrez.
Mm.
Hey, Alan, just wanted to follow up to your earlier point on the idea that major sports shouldn't go on until the situation is resolved. Have you or your teammates taken practice or workouts off, and or is that the plan moving forward for
No,
peaceful protests?
we haven't. We've continued to work. We just gotta keep working. And whatever people decide to do is what they decide to do. We'll comply with it.
Got time for two more. So Anthony DeBundo.
Hey, Alan. What kind of conversations have you had with your dad about how athletes and activism have changed over the years since he played and now that you're playing?
Say it again.
What conversations have you had, if any, with your dad about how kind of the role of athletes and activism has changed since he played and now you're playing?
The roles for athletes have gotten way stronger. I haven't really talked to him much about it. As I was going to speak to him today about what's going on, he wanted to give me a real good talk on how to handle things and go about things. As a black father, he wanted me to go about things different and have a really good conversation on what to do and what not to do.
Eric Columbia.
My question was answered.
Okay. Let's see here. At Houseworth, do you want to answer another or ask another?
Sure. Yeah, Alan, I'd like to ask, since you've arrived in Syracuse, how has your world changed? Not just obviously switching to a new campus and a new program, but obviously with everything going on, in the world, the political world today, it seems like for any normal or regular person, it would be a lot, but how have you dealt with everything, the change in your life?
Much deeper role in leadership. From high school, I've always been a leader, or even from playing while I was young. I've always wanted to be a leader, and that's something I can really do. But as I said today, I didn't really want to speak on me. I wanted to speak on what was going on in today's world.
Thank you.
Last question from Ben Schulman.
Hey, Alan, thank you so much for coming. Have you or your teammates been in conversation with the school or the athletic director at all and how you guys can come together to make some change?
I'm pretty sure Coach definitely talked to the athletic director on what's going on. Not really much us team as a team, us players. We haven't really spoke to the AD, but I'm sure Coach has. So we'll let them talk about whatever they have to talk about and come up with a solution if they ever do come up with one, which I'm sure they will.